ready. I am just setting up and hopefully we'll be good to go in just a moment. Perfect. All right, you guys. Welcome to my live. I'm so excited to be going live. It's been a really long time that I've gone live here on Facebook. Normally I'm really active on Instagram. So really just excited to be here to share with you guys the same tips that I shared on Instagram to my Facebook family. Now, of course, I'm in my home office. My dog is in the background as usual, so I apologize if he's barking in the background. But today I'm going to be talking to you guys a little bit about quarantine health and fitness tips, how to stay fit and how to stay healthy during quarantine. Hopefully my dog will be quiet. So you guys, we're actually going to do one by one. So the first one is going to be nutrition tips. I'm going to give you 3 nutrition tips that you can implement quite quickly, like literally tomorrow morning, and you will be able to really just feel so much better when you put these into place. So let's start with the first one. He's off on one today, so I do apologize. So the first one is to eat protein at every meal. And the reason I say this is because protein is one of the macronutrients that will help you stay on track with your nutrition. And there's a few reasons why. The first reason is that it will burn more calories because it takes longer to digest. It has a high thermic effect. Therefore, you'll stay fuller for longer because it takes a lot longer to digest. And basically you will just get all the nutrients in while you're eating that protein. So that's the first one. And one tip is how much to eat. So how much protein you should be consuming. It is different for everyone, but a quick one is goal body weight in pounds. So take how much you want to weigh and you times that by 1.0, and that is your protein goal in grams. So for example, if your goal body weight is 140 pounds, you times that by 1, and then you have 140 grams. So it's a very simple formula to calculate your protein needs. Now, protein is the building block of your muscles. So if you're training hard every day, you really should be prioritizing protein. I would think the easiest way to do this, if you're not used to eating a lot of protein, is to fill your plate up first with protein. So for example, you have your plate and you're going to put the first quarter of that plate is going to be filled with protein, and then the next quarter is going to be filled up with carbs or whatever other foods that you want to eat, and then the rest, half of that plate, is going to be fruits and vegetables, or mostly vegetables. So I do really think that it's important that you focus on adding as much fruits and vegetables in your diet as you can during this quarantine. I do prioritize animal foods because obviously it has more nutrition. However, I'm not a zealot, I'm not a carnivore or keto zealot, and I do think that we still need to eat vegetables and fruits as they contain lots of fiber, they contain vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and vitamin C, which we need in our diet. So they also help you stay full, and you'll feel a lot better generally if you do eat your fruits and veggies. Now, this is entirely up to you which ones you want to eat and which ones are your favorite, but I really do recommend this protein and vegetables. So once you've filled up your plate with your protein and your veggies, the next tip is that I think it's really important at this time, if you're struggling with things like cravings, snacking a lot on junk food during the day, that you make a routine with your food. So if you struggle with those things, you need to have some type of routine with your food. So skipping meals is going to actually be do more harm than good for you. So at this point in time, you want to have breakfast. And the reason is that if you skip breakfast, your blood sugar is going to be completely out of whack. It's going to be up and down throughout the day, and the only thing that's going to satisfy you is carbs. So you're going to be craving carbs throughout the entire day. So having breakfast is going to help you avoid snacking. So if you struggle with snacking and you struggle with, cravings and uncontrollable like sugar cravings, then definitely implement having breakfast. And even better if your breakfast has protein, all right? So starting your day with protein-rich breakfast is going to actually just make it so much easier for you to stick to your goals during this time. So those are my 3 top tips in nutrition. The only reason why I gave you 3 and quite simple tips is because at this time in quarantine, we really don't know how to kind of go about our daily routine. It's quite a very strange time. Most of us are struggling with, staying on track and feelings of laziness and feelings of uncertainty, and we don't even know when we're going to come out of this. I don't know about you, but it's brought a lot of anxiety for me as well. As a coach, I do, obviously struggle as well. I'm not like superhuman. I'm also just like you, and I struggle with the same things. And I think it's important to put something into place and have some goals and guidelines so you can follow every day. So as long as they're just 3 simple things, every single day, focus on getting the protein that you need. So track your protein, measure it, make sure that you're getting enough protein every day from animal foods, from vegetarian sources, whatever works for you. Make sure you're loading up on veggies and fruits. So if you do struggle with sugar cravings, having a fruit is going to help you break that rather than choosing a donut. And then having breakfast is going to help stabilize your blood sugar. All right, so those are my nutrition tips. Now we're going to talk fitness. All right, so I don't know about you, but I know that fitness can be quite overwhelming. My dog is off on one tonight. So fitness can be overwhelming, especially if you're a beginner and especially if you've never really done anything. So all of a sudden now you might be in a situation where you have all this time on your hands, and it is a perfect time to focus on your fitness and your strength. So working on these goals is now the perfect time because you have that time, right? You have all this time on your hands. But what are you going to do? You're probably wondering, well, there's so many workouts that are free online. What should I do? Is it going to be hard? Is it going to be too easy? None of them are really tailored to you. If you're one to go on Instagram or even Facebook and you see all these free workouts, free workout classes, free group classes, then you might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed and you're just like, well, I don't know which one I should be doing. So my suggestion is, number 1, make a plan. All right, making a plan is going to ensure that you are actually moving towards your goals. So for example, if you have fat loss goals, your plan needs to be your plan needs to match your goals. If you're looking to strength train to get stronger, your program needs to be programmed to your goals. So doing random workouts is not going to be effective, because one day you're going to do yoga, another day you're going to do Pilates, and another day you're going to do HIIT, then on another day you're going to do some other random workout. So that is just going to be like, playing whack-a-mole, right? So you don't want to do that. That is not going to get you anywhere with your goals. While I do believe that all movement is great, I mean, it's better than just sitting on your butt all day. However, if there's no plan, you're going to feel demotivated. You're not going to be like, you're just not going to have that feeling of wanting to get up and wanting to work towards your fitness goals. So making a plan and sticking to it. So deciding, what is your goal? Is it fat loss? Is it muscle gain? Is it rehab? Maybe you need, have an injury and you need to nurse that. Or maybe you just want to move better. Make a plan and stick to it. And I can help you do that. All you need to do is just drop a message underneath the comment section. Just say, yes, you need help, and I will personally help you for free. All right, Tip number 2 is you want to move more, okay? So obviously we're stuck in quarantine and it's really difficult to move right now because there's really nowhere to go, right? So one thing you do want to do though is make sure that you're constantly moving on a daily basis, because increasing your step count at the moment is one of the biggest things that you can do to increase your health. So we all know that this COVID-19 is pretty scary. I'm not a COVID-19 specialist. I'm not a virologist, so I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything about the virus itself, but I will tell you one thing. What the statistics show is that the people who have really serious issues with the virus and fighting it, or have obviously, deceased, were the ones who have metabolic disorders. And metabolic disorders are things like diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, being overweight, high BMI. Those things are, a risk. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. All I'm saying is that right now is the perfect time to focus on your health, okay? You don't have, you have a lot of time on your hands. And of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about mindset, and I know that it is a very hard thing to do right now, especially if you're struggling financially, but your health means so much right now. It matters so much. And so moving more just by walking, taking the stairs. If you live in an apartment building, walk up and down the stairs, get up every hour, try and get 1,000 steps in. If you can't do that, 500. Give yourself a goal and just keep moving. If you're in the kitchen, you're standing, washing the dishes, march in place. You want to get up every few hours, do some jumping jacks, do some squats, move, just keep moving. It's going to make such a difference. And tip number 3 is don't overdo it. Now, this is something that I've noticed a lot, especially on Instagram, is that because there's so much out there that's free, and all these free workouts and all these trainers throwing them out there, it's like everyone's vomiting right now, health and fitness tips and, free workouts. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to go 24/7. So make sure that you're not overdoing it in one thing. HIIT, high intensity interval training. It's fine to do that once or twice a week, but if you're doing HIIT every single day, constantly jumping every single day, doing endless amounts of reps, it's going to really take a toll on your joints. Your knees are going to hate you, and you might be in for an injury. So make sure that you are still taking care of yourself, that you're still recovering and sleeping well and eating well, and the whole concept of recovery is so important when it comes to your health and fitness goals. So at this time right now, make sure that you're not overdoing it. All right, guys, so those are my fitness tips. Now, we're gonna move on to mindset and self-care. So, mindset and self-care. I could not go live today without this. This is such a big part of what I do as a coach. I help people with nutrition, I help people with fitness, but I also help people with their mindset and their self-care habits, their lifestyle habits. And as a coach, I really cannot prioritize how important working on your mindset right now is. Now, the first tip is to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself, guys. Right now, I've noticed that most people are struggling the most with their mindset. And the reason is because everyone's anxious, everyone's unsure of the future. Nobody knows what's going to happen in terms of work. Some people are struggling financially, and it's taken a toll on me as well. But not just that, mental health in general. People can't go to the gym. A lot of people, use fitness, the gym as an outlet, running, things like that, and now they're stuck inside, homeschooling, and I can't imagine, I'm not a mom, but I can imagine just how hard it is to juggle so many things right now. So I get it, and so I'm telling you right now, be kind to yourself. Don't guilt trip yourself if you mess up. Don't sit there and feel bad because you've missed a day of working out, or you couldn't get your protein in, or you couldn't eat a healthy meal. Just take it one day at a time. Every day, just say, okay, what can I do today to move myself closer to being healthier, fitter, and happier? That's it. Just ask yourself those 3 questions. And really, like, being kind to yourself doesn't necessarily mean that you have no discipline. I don't stress that that you need to be, you know, completely like, fuck it, you know. I do believe that you still need to have some type of routine, and that brings me to tip number 2, is to make a routine. So if you're kind of struggling with your routine right now and you kind of feel like you're sleeping in a lot and you wake up randomly and you just lie in bed in your PJs, or you walk around in your PJs, you probably don't even know if your jeans fit you anymore, or you just kind of feel like you're floating throughout the day, then you need to make a routine. So it doesn't need to be complicated, guys. It could just simply mean writing down your goals, and they could be super small. So making your bed, making a cup of coffee, getting out of your pajamas and into some normal clothes, doing something for yourself, like reading a book, or signing up for a course. Having something to do makes the world of a difference, because it gives you something to look forward to, especially in a time where we're kind of unsure of where we're going to be going and where we're going to become, who we're going to become and where we're going to be in the next couple of months. So having a goal is really, really helpful. It doesn't need to be a massive goal like running a marathon on your balcony, or it doesn't even need to be learning a new language. It could just be something so small as picking up a book that you've been putting off reading for months, or you've wanted to take up, you know, a new project and you haven't been able to do it. Something to do. All right. And finally, it brings me to the last tip in the mindset, is to journal your thoughts. Now, this is a tip that might work for you. It might not work for you. I find it very helpful when I've got all these like anxious thoughts in my mind floating all over the place. It really helps me to kind of just dump it all out in a journal, piece of paper, wherever. And the reason is because generally when thoughts are kind of all over the place in our minds, they seem like, worries seem so much bigger, and things become like, the thoughts become huge problems, and we can't really have any perspective. Now, when we put them on the paper, it helps so much to kind of see, okay, it's like a brain dump, and then you can see what you can fix, perhaps what you can, you know, change, and then what you can let go because you have no control over. Some people prefer talking this out with a loved one, maybe even a therapist. You can actually find online therapy on BetterHelp. I really recommend that website if you prefer that. Otherwise, you can definitely look at journaling. And it will really help you just kind of just to sort things out, sort your thoughts out. If you've never done it, try it. I think it will help you. All right, guys. So those were my three nutrition, fitness, and self-care mindset tips. And I really hope that it's helped you. It's just, I can't even find the words. Like, I just want to talk to you as a friend. We're going to be okay. And I know that it might feel like we're not. And I had a moment today with my mom where we kind of went off on a tangent. We were talking about the virus. We were talking about the situation. And one thing led to another, and we were just spiraling, you know. We started off talking about vaccines, and then we just spiraled out of control, and it became very heavy and very negative. And it's gonna happen. You can't just be all happy all the time. You have to honor your feelings. But let me tell you, we're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. We're in this together. Remember, you're not alone. If you were alone in this, it would have been so much harder. But the entire world is going through the same exact thing. My country has been on lockdown for more than a month, and it's been really tough to see what's been happening in Lombardy in Italy. It's sad, but we've got to pull together. We can do this. Humans are built for this. We're built for adapting. We can do this and we will get through it. So I just wanted to kind of, just be there for you. And I just want to just share with you that if you have anything that you need to get off your chest, if you need any help with nutrition, with fixing your nutrition right now, whether it's making a program for your fitness or even just to talk it out, I'm here. You can reach out to me. You can send me a personal message and I will help you for free. I mean, it's just a situation where I think we all can do with having a friend. And if you don't have anyone to talk to, please reach out. I also wanted to share that I created a free guide. It's actually a free recipe book and I'm so proud of it. It's something that I share with my private coaching clients, but I decided that I wanted to just share it with everybody. And I'm going to post the link in the comments. It's 60 fat loss and muscle building recipes, complete with macros, calories, so you take the guesswork out of doing it yourself. But it's not just a recipe book. There's so much in there in terms of figuring out your calorie requirements for fat loss, your macros, what are macros, what are calories, what's a calorie deficit. And I also share a grocery list and I share a blank meal planner. So I love it and I feel like it's going to really help you out. So I'm going to pop the link in the comment section right now and you can go and download it completely for free. So if you have any questions, please drop them in the comments and I would love to help you out if you have any questions at all. This setup, I'm not really feeling the setup right now. It was just a quick kind of throw the camera out there and like just get on. So let me know if you have any questions and please reach out to me, and don't forget you can sign up for your free copy of the recipe book. Right now, I feel like everyone could do with a lot more recipes that are healthier, on the healthier side, because we can't keep baking, guys. We're going to get like serious issues if we keep baking. So go there and get the free ebook, and I hope that this live has helped you, and I'll speak to you guys soon. All right, guys, take care. Bye.